question of the day is public fund. The public fund that actually suffers from three major issues: misutilization, underutilization, misappropriation, and you have to examine the statement. Why this question? This question is coming into play because it is there in your syllabus. In your syllabus, you have one key term: inefficient utilization of the public funds. Inefficient utilization. Inefficiency means misutilization, misappropriation, underutilization. You will have to examine the statement. Okay, just don't simply write the definition and example. You have to examine the statement. सिर्फ definition और example से काम नहीं चलेगा. You have to examine. Examine क्या? What the doctor examines you when you go to the doctor. The doctor examines you by saying, okay, what is the reason for the disease? क्यों आपको बीमारी हुई? आपकी बीमारी के symptoms क्या हैं? What are the symptoms for your disease? और इसका effect आपकी body पे क्या करेगा? तो examination का मतलब है reason, the impact, and how do we deal with them? So this, don't simply give the definition and example. ठीक है? So the question is, public funds suffer from three problems, that is underutilization, misutilization, and the misappropriation, and you have to examine the statement. Every question has an about and an approach. The question is about what? The question is about the public funds. But what is the question asking? It is asking about misutilization, underutilization, misappropriation. ये demand of the question है. Approach क्या होगा आपका कि ये है, and you will have to tell the reasons why this, what is the impact, and what are the examples that you will have to tell. So reasons for them, for underutilization, misutilization, impacts of underutilization, misutilization, and the misappropriation, and the examples also. What is the mistake that a student does in the examination? The first mistake is the student does not know the nuances between the term. ये तीनों term की difference ही नहीं पता है. How do you write it? In ethics, other answers, if you know something about it, you will write it. But in such questions where there are key terms which are very resembling but a student does not know, then the student cannot attempt this question. Okay, so my suggestion to you would be the keywords like this. Take the keywords from your syllabus. Take the keywords from the syllabus and memorize them by heart. Memorize them. Okay, ratta maar do. Learn it by heart. Like the way you've learned the table of 2, 3, 4, 5. Memorize the definition. Write examples. Take the keywords from your syllabus. Otherwise, if they ask you the subtle differences, it will be tough for you to answer. Moving on with the question. The question was that public funds, they suffer from three major issues. That is, the three major issues are the misutilization, underutilization, and misappropriation. They suffer from misutilization, underutilization, and misappropriation. You will have to examine the statement. Three problems. So you will have to explain the three terms, and also explain the reasons. What are the reasons? Why do they suffer from? What is the reason for misutilization? Reason for misappropriation? Reasons for underutilization? Write the reasons. Write the impact on the administration. What is the impact of these on the administration? Write the importance of efficient utilization of for development. Okay. Many students, they would only write the definition and example. They will also not write the reason. They will also not write the impact. Some of you, those who understand what does examination mean, will write reasons and will write impacts. But this, the importance of efficient utilization of public fund, is something that will give you one extra mark. This is something that will give you the edge over the other students. हमको efficiently utilization करना है public fund का. ये एक perspective है, ये एक wisdom है. Try to get that in your answer. And you can then conclude by saying suggestion of how to manage the public fund in a better manner. So if I develop the storyline क्या है? Yes, the public fund suffers from three problems: misappropriation, misutilization, and underutilization. The reasons are these, the impact is this, and therefore we need efficient utilization of the public fund, and what are the suggestions? How do we utilize the public fund efficiently? This is a comprehensive storyline. This is something, this perspective, this additional perspective, even if written in 2-3 sentences, will give you extra edge. Many times the students, they actually fail to understand the demand of the question. They don't understand what is the demand of the question. So what happens is they end up writing whatever they have the knowledge about. They end up writing whatever knowledge they have. So please understand, the question is not on what is public fund. The question is not on what are the components. That is not what the question is asking. The question is asking that public fund में ये 3 problem है और इसको examine करो. ठीक है, पब्लिक फंड क्या होता है, उसके कंपोनेंट्स क्या है, दैट इज नॉट बीन आस्क्ड. सो हाउ डू यू इंट्रोड्यूस, हाउ डू यू डेवलप द स्टोरी लाइन? कमिंग ऑन टू, as you have now understood what is the question about, what is the demand of the question, then I'm coming on to the storyline. The storyline introduction, you can start with the, what is the importance of the utilization of public funds in a better manner. So public fund, they are very important. We need to be utilizing them efficiently. However, there are 3 problems. 3 problems are misutilization, underutilization, misappropriation. So there are 3 issues: misutilization, underutilization, and the misappropriation. And you have to explain with reasons why there are these issues. And then you explain the impact. This will come in your body part. Introduction में, the importance of public fund. Body में the main demand, examination of these 3 key terms. And in conclusion में, what is the suggestion for the efficient usage of the public funds for the good governance? So how do you utilize public fund for the good governance? Story, पब्लिक फंड को मैनेज करना इंपॉर्टेंट है, अच्छे से मैनेज करना और इम्पॉर्टेंट है. ये 3 प्रॉब्लम है, ये इसके ये रीजन है, इसका ये इम्पैक्ट है और ये सजेशन है. You need to utilize public fund efficiently, right? Then there are certain problems in the utilization of public fund. These are the reasons for not effective utilization. This is the impact, and how do we utilize them effectively? That is the storyline. Coming on to understanding the question. The question is, and the body and the content part. So understand, model answers has 2 things in it. One is the content part, the other is the organization part. Content part is the knowledge aspect, how far you have the expertise over that topic. And the organization part is about the competence. Do you have at least the ethics, the training of writing a better answer? So there is 2 parts to the model answer. One is the content, the other is the organization. Organization plus demand. Do you know what to write first, what to write second, what to write third? Do you understand the demand? Do you understand the what is being asked? And the content part. The content part is about the knowledge dimension. So for these type of questions, have that knowledge in you, that okay, learn this question, learn these 3 key terms, okay, and if a question comes like this, you are a bang on, this is going with you. The question here is, the public funds, they actually suffer from 3 major issues. The first major issue is misutilization, underutilization, and misappropriation. So these are the 3 problems. So you can say that in the introduction, you can mention that Kautilya in Arthashastra. Kautilya in the Arthashastra mentioned, see this is there in your syllabus, right? So try to use your syllabus in the answer. Kautilya in the Arthashastra mentioned that for the development of the country, efficient utilization of public fund is must. So for the country to be developed, we need efficient utilization of the fund. And this is fundamental aspect for the good governance. So efficient utilization of the fund is fundamental to the good governance. Kautilya in the Arthashastra. So you've briefly mentioned the importance of utilizing the public fund for the development of the country, for the good governance. Then, however, there are 3 major issues. The first major issue is the public utilization. Whatever is asked, whatever is asked in your question, प्लीज उसको बहुत विजिबल बनाना, हेडिंग देना, साइड में लिखना, लाइन बनाना, तो दैट एग्जामिनर नोज दैट यू हैव एड्रेस्ड द क्वेश्चन. मिसयूटिलाइजेशन, व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय मिसयूटिलाइजेशन? मिसयूटिलाइज करना, अच्छे से यूटिलाइज नहीं करना, उसको अब्यूज करना, दैट इज मिसयूटिलाइजेशन. So basically it is knowingly lending or using the money, using the public money in a manner that is not authorized by the law. So the law, the way the law has not authorized the use in that manner, and you are utilizing the public fund in a manner that is not authorized by the law. So that is misutilization. We are utilizing the public fund that is not authorized by the law. We are misutilizing it. And what are the reasons? It can be due to improper accountability mechanism. It can be due to corruption. It can be due to irrational freebies. We are misutilizing. We are wasting. Freebies में पैसे waste कर रहे हैं. We are doing the distribution for the political gains. So you're misutilizing. You are not utilizing as per the appropriate as pointed by the law. For an example of the misappropriation, for example, there was one case study this time. There was one case study in your ethics answers. So that case study pointed that there is a public fund. There is a public fund, and this public fund is for A scheme. This A scheme. However, there are some political compulsions wherein the money has to be given for the B scheme. Okay. This A scheme के लिए पैसा था, पर बी स्कीम पे डालने के लिए प्रेशर आ रहा है. व्हाट डू यू डू? यू विल हैव टू सी वेदर द लॉ इज परमिटिंग इट और नॉट. इफ इट इज नॉट परमिटिंग, even if the person has not indulged in corruption but has transferred the money from A to B, and if it is against the law, that is misutilization of the fund. That is inefficient utilization of the fund. So because it is not permitted by the law, then any transfer would be counted as misutilization. Okay, this is one thing. The second thing that you have to explain is the underutilization. The underutilization of the fund. You'll have to explain. That is the second term. Underutilization. आपने पैसे को इस्तेमाल ही नहीं किया, या आपने पैसे को कम इस्तेमाल किया. If you had X amount of money, you did not utilize the X amount of money to full use. This is the inefficient utilization of the public fund. That is insufficient use, okay, of the public fund. There may be many reasons. There is staff shortage, there is policy paralysis, there is red tapeism, there is lack of public participation to seek accountability. For example, the Nirbhaya fund. The Nirbhaya fund has remained underutilized. It has not been utilized properly for the women safety. So example, you can write such example in your answer. So misutilization is you are not using as per the law. Underutilization, if you have X amount of money, you are utilizing only a small portion of the money. So misutilization, underutilization, I hope it is clear. Misutilization has something to the law, that the law is not allowing to use it in a manner. Underutilization, that you have not used it through the full purpose. Then the third key term is misappropriation. You have misappropriated. Okay, you have converted, like सरकार का पैसा, मेरा पैसा, ये आपने बहुत ही दिल पे ले लिया. You have converted the public money for your own money. Misappropriate कर दिया, and due to which the public will not get the benefit of this welfare scheme, because there are personal interest, there are public corruption, there is corruption that is involved. So a misappropriation is when you think that the public money is your money and you use for your personal welfare at the cost of the public welfare. It happens when the officials, they keep the personal interest above the public welfare. So above the public welfare, you are keeping your personal interest, and there is no autonomy to the watchdogs. If there is no autonomy to the watchdog to seek the corruption, to help the person accountable for corruption, that you will call this as the misappropriate. You have misappropriated the public property to be your own property, and you are going for your personal gain at the cost of the public gain. This is one of the reasons for the inefficient utilization of the public fund. So if I sum up, it is misappropriation misappropriation, misutilization and underutilization. So misutilization means not permitted by the law. Misutilization means not permitted by the law, but you have done something against the law. Okay, misutilization is a bigger term. Then misutilization, underutilization, not used fully, fully use नहीं किया. And misappropriation, you have converted the public fund into your personal fund. Misutilization is a bigger term under which misappropriation can also fall. तो misappropriation खुद के लिए ही सिर्फ यूज कर रहे हो, misutilisation खुद के लिए भी यूज हो सकता है, दूसरी स्कीम के लिए भी डाल दिया, उसको अलग तरीके से यूटिलाइज किया, जो भी लॉ ने परमिट नहीं किया है दैट विल कम अंडर misutilisation. ठीक है. Then you can write about the conclusion. The conclusion is the efficient public utilization can be achieved by certain way forward. How do you achieve the efficient utilization of fund? That is public fund management system. The public fund management system, outcome based budgeting, social auditing, these are your key terms in the syllabus only. Citizen charter, social audit, accountability mechanisms. This has to be done for efficient utilization of public fund. And why do we need to efficiently utilize? Because to promote good governance like the transparency, accountability and equality. So for good governance, we need to promote the efficient utilization of the fund, right? So let me, if to avoid any confusion, let me write this for you. What is misutilization? What is misappropriation? And what is underutilization? Misutilization, something utilizing which is not permitted by law. It can be corruption, it can be transferring the money to other schemes. ठीक है. This corruption related will come under what? It will come under misappropriation. So misappropriation is nothing but corruption. ठीक है. So misappropriation में we are going corruption. We are considering the public money as personal money. ठीक है. And underutilization is easy. If 100 rupees is given, you are utilizing only 20 rupees. ठीक है. So this is misutilization. This is misutilization. And under this misutilization, one will be misappropriation. ठीक है. So misutilization is a bigger term. Misappropriation is a smaller term. I hope you liked the video. Stay tuned. All the best.